Thank you again for joining me for another show, another week. I feel like the weeks are just flying by. You'll have to excuse my space at the moment. I'm actually about to move. So I am moving this weekend. So things are a little bit chaotic over here. And I'm still managing to work in between and do mum life, so everything is a little bit chaotic. We've also got the new moon at the moment in Sagittarius, so I did my manifesting and some rituals last night. I hope you guys did that too. So I'm going to be taking some calls today. We will see what Spirit have in store for us. I will also do a bit of a collective card pull as well. I always like to do a bit of a collective thing as well, so fingers crossed I'll be able to get through to that. I'm just giving my cards a shuffle. It's always funny because I have so many cards, so many decks. I think I've got about 100 decks of cards, and I always find myself going to the same one, and maybe there's like another one or two that I will pick up from time to time. But yes, I feel like there's always that deck that you vibe with more. I feel like I might have pulled this card last week. So that will be interesting if I've pulled the same cards, but maybe people need to hear the same messages again. So I do have these cards here, which I'm going to pop to the side, just because I do have a caller coming through. I've got Margaret. How are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. How can I help you today? Did you have a question you'd like to ask?
I just would like to know what's going on in my future and if things will ever get better and financially and and
okay, yes, okay, let's have a look. You said you wanted to ask about finances, and the actual first card that came out here was a deceit card, but often when I tune into this card, it talks to me a lot about finances and also difficulties within finances. But Margaret, when I tune into this card for you, I feel like you need to be very careful with who you are maybe helping financially, or, borrowing money, lending money, those types of things here. Just be really mindful of that. There could be some situations here regarding finances where perhaps in the past you've helped somebody, or maybe this might be relevant to the future where somebody wants to you might want to offer to help somebody, or they might want to offer to help you, but that situation may not end up being a positive one. So just be like super careful there. If that situation doesn't resonate with you now, please just keep that in mind for the coming weeks and even months, okay? Because that comes through quite strongly. Then we have here, I feel like energetically there are some blocks in your energy. So to me, what I'm being shown is it's almost like we're on like a hamster wheel and we're just constantly in the same cycle. Does that make sense?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Even here we've got the yin and yang card. So I feel like, yes, I feel like you might even be struggling to just find that balance and to find that happy medium. Now, also, they're talking of you having to make some decisions and needing to sit down and kind of make a plan. So what they want you to do is start taking some action if you haven't already, and just sit down and think, what can I do differently? What resources can I utilize to it? I feel like there's resources perhaps you have not yet tapped into, or people that maybe you haven't yet confided in that might show you resources that can help you. So they want you to sit down, focus on making a plan, because I feel like there is a light at the end of the tunnel for you. I just feel like perhaps the next couple of months, maybe even up to the next 5 months, it is going to be a little bit of a roller coaster for you. But I'm actually being shown a month here, which is a little bit longer away than 5 months, but I'm being shown May and June. So I want to say by the middle of next year, I feel like things are going to look much better for you. Did you say something about the beginning of this call?
I'm sorry.
Do you ask?
I just wanted to know how things like in the future were going to be, and you're kind of answering all of that for me.
Oh, okay. I also have here the contract card. So this card is coming through for you. Now, are you currently in the process of thinking of signing any contracts? It could even be like a loan for money, or are you tied up in a lot of loans? Is there anything here regarding contracts?
The only contract I have is I'm trying to sell my home.
Okay, perfect. So this card here would be showing that there will be you signing into a new contract. So this is a positive confirmation to say you'll sell your house and there'll be a new home that will come forward for you. So this will happen, but I also feel like it's taking a bit longer than what you had hoped, or there's been a bit of a delay in this process. What Spirit want you to do is trust the timing. I feel like something's going to come about after Christmas. So perhaps maybe there's a little bit of a delay just because of the time of the year. You know, it's a very busy time of the year. Things do tend to slow down around this time of the year. So this could be why they're saying there might be a bit of a delay. But definitely something coming through here after Christmas for that. And this new energy that I'm tuning into with this house, I feel like I can breathe a little better. I feel like it's a new energy. It's going to give you a really good chance to just, because I feel like that's what you're needing. I feel like you need like a new energy, a new place where it's not no attachments to the past. This is what I feel. It's just a new space, a new energy, a new path for you. So it will be a positive move.
Well,
this is great. I feel like you really need to hear some positive confirmation too, because every time I really get closer to your energy, I do feel like it's been quite a rough, 6 to 12 months. I feel like there's been a roller coaster of emotions, and I just feel like every time you want to move forward, you're being pulled back. So I feel like you're really coming to the end of this particular cycle you found yourself in. This card here is also talking about money coming to you, which is really just affirming the house being sold and then money coming to you. You might even downsize. They're talking about downsizing. So it might not be as big as where you are right now, or it's just going to be a bit more homey. There's something here about downsizing and just feeling very safe and secure in this new home.
Correct.
Okay. They also want you to just keep an eye out on your health. I feel like that may be something that, when you're so busy, you might just be neglecting the simple things like even being able to sleep properly, drinking water, just those foundational things. I really want you to make sure you're taking time out for self-care and looking after yourself. Okay. Even emotionally and mentally, I want you to be honoring your feelings and finding people who can support you if you are feeling isolated or lonely, because I really feel this is not just a physical health. I feel it's also mental and emotional that Spirit want you to also make sure you're keeping on top of, okay?
Yes, I will.
Yes, please reach out to support networks if you need them, because they just keep talking about you reaching out and finding the support systems. This is very important for you.
Okay.
Okay, and the last card that I just felt called to pull here was the victory card. So this is a really great spread for you. I hope that this gives you some hope and some faith and guidance in moving forward, that things are going to start looking better coming into 2023. There is going to be lots of good news and a new path. So just hang in there a little bit longer, and I feel like things will start feeling lighter. You'll start feeling better.
Okay.
Definitely by about May, June, I'm getting.
Well, thank you so much for that.
You're welcome. Thank you for calling. Enjoy the rest of your day.
You too. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Bye. Okay, awesome. Oh, I'm losing the cards. They're flying everywhere. All right, so I believe we've got another caller. Aubrey. Okay. Aubrey, are you there?
Hi, yes, I'm here.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Yeah, I'm good, thank you. So how can I help you today?
I'm just really interested in knowing about, like any new relationships I might have, and I just started a new business this year. Just want to see how that's gonna pretty much turn out for me.
Okay, awesome. Well, let's have a look. Because yeah, you've definitely got a lot of things happening. I feel a lot of excitement, but I also feel like there's a bit of resistance or anticipation there, like just, hoping that it's all going to go well. But I feel like you've made some big decisions with the business. They just keep saying, keep taking those chances, because I feel like they will pay off. What I'm also hearing is it might take a little bit longer to see all of the rewards, but they want you to stick at it. They just keep saying, make sure you stick at it, because I feel like this is the right thing for you.
Okay.
They do also keep showing me like other pathways. So this particular business that you're doing, I feel like it will lead you to other things. So it's not like you'll just be doing one specific thing or project or service, but like there's going to be multiple things that you can offer in this business. And it might take time. They just keep talking about give it time and have the patience. And I feel like it will be like, they're showing me like building blocks. So you'll just keep building and building and building. They do keep bringing the timeline to me, or the month of February. So I feel like what they're showing me is in February, things are going to really take off more, or you're going to introduce something new, or there's something really happening in February that's going to bring a lot more success and flow. That keeps being shown to me about February.
Okay.
Let's have a look at the cards. It's interesting here because it's all about love, and that was the second thing that you asked. But
Yeah.
I know all the cards are like the love cards. So are you currently single?
Yes.
Yeah, I thought so. Okay. First of all, I want to address this first card that's came in. Would you consider yourself to be quite spiritually connected yourself? You're very intuitive. Do you feel that within yourself?
Yes.
Yes, I thought so, because what Spirit are just saying to me is that your crown chakra is open. I don't feel that it's blocked. I feel like there might be some doubts that you have, which is quite normal. Even me, I doubt myself sometimes, and I've been doing this for about 5 years now, but they're just speaking of you having quite a strong connection to your guides, being able to even read cards and have the crystals. So I feel like your connection is definitely solid. What they are also saying to me is there is a relationship coming, and this relationship that is coming to you, they are showing to me that it's going to have some karma attached to it, or it's going to be a spiritual connection. Now, a lot of the time, a relationship that we enter into, especially if we are in tune and we are connected to spirit, we are more likely to be aware of this connection. We're more likely to be aware that when we meet someone, they're going to bring lessons. So for you, what they are speaking about is you're coming to kind of, you know, I feel like you've learned a lot of lessons, you've gone through a lot of cycles, but this particular relationship, I'm hearing it will be healthy. It's going to be a healthy relationship, healthy connection, but it's an instant, I feel like I know you. So Spirit are telling me you will not know this person. I feel it's going to be a fresh new connection, but when you meet this person, it's like you look at them and you feel like you know them.
Okay.
That's the feeling that I get here. So, you know, it's you, and you'll be able to pick up on that too. You know, you'll be able to feel that within yourself. Okay. Do you currently have children?
Yes, too.
Okay. Because they're bringing up children in this card. And I feel like when you meet this particular person, I feel like they're going to have 2 children as well, because they're showing family, like a blended family coming together. But I can see this working really well. I feel like, you know, when obviously we have children, it brings a whole different dynamic to relationships, but Spirit is saying it will actually mend quite well. They are saying to me that he might want to go a little bit faster than what you do. I feel like you will want to take it a little bit slower, especially with meeting the children. But it just feels like it'll mend well. Now, I do keep hearing an R name. So this, I'm actually being shown, oh wait, the A initial would be you. Yeah, so I'm seeing an R initial. So this might be his first name or connected to his last name. They're just showing an R very, very clearly. So be mindful of this. And they're also showing him in a uniform. So this could be a man that is in the army, or he may be a police officer or work in some kind of, you know, role which requires him to have a uniform. That's coming through here quite strongly.
Okay.
So, you know, I feel like I think to be open and mindful of. There are a couple more cards here I want to go through with you. This one here, it's about the heart chakra. So I do feel like this relationship is also going to bring an element of healing. It feels to me like you'll feel vulnerable and you'll feel safe with this person. And oftentimes when we feel vulnerable and safe, it then allows us to heal. And there might be some things that come up for you that you may have been avoiding or suppressing, and you might not even be aware of it until this relationship comes into your life.
Okay.
Would you say that in the past, maybe you have been triggered in trust, or, you know, feeling insecure in relationships? Yeah. So I think what's going to happen here is when you meet this person, your initial response will be, you know, can I trust? Are you being honest with me? And even though you feel like, and you know you can, there's going to be that little, you know, voice in the back of your head, which you're just going to have to work through. Because you are definitely ready for love. I mean, we got like the woman holding a heart here. You are, I feel like you are all in. When you find the right person, you are all in, and you're so giving and loving, and I can see it being reciprocated this time. And that is a big message I'm hearing, is like, it will be reciprocated.
Okay.
I also am being shown here, once, because this relationship feels like it's going to come in, it's going to be quite fast. They're just saying 2023. I don't get a month, but they are just taking me to 2023, and that year standing out to me very strongly. But when I tune into this relationship and I am shown the long path, I feel like this relationship has the potential to have marriage as well, because they keep showing me a ring and the symbolization of marriage.
Okay.
That you would be open to?
Yes.
Yeah. It just feels like it's a big this relationship will be a big commitment. I also want to jump in here and just say what they've shown me is they've just shown me there might be one person that comes in before this guy. So you might go on a date or you might be chatting to somebody. I don't believe that's going to be the one, but they did just say to me there might be one more person before this guy comes in.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, there's like, you know, you might start putting yourself out there. You might go on a dating app, or you might, you know, start opening up those doors, and you might go on, I feel like this is what's going to happen. You're going to go on a date. There's going to be an opportunity that opens up. I don't feel like the first person that you speak to or open up to is going to be the one. I feel like it's going to be the next one.
Right. Okay.
You know, Spirit are kind of showing me they're going like this, and when they're showing me this symbol of like going like this, it's kind of like, I don't want to waste my time. If I go on a date with someone and I'm not feeling the vibe, I'm done. I'm out.
Yeah.
And I think probably for you as well, it's getting to the point of allowing yourself to go on that date and allowing yourself to be vulnerable and just bringing that wall down a little bit, because even though you're open and willing, we still have a point of looking at other avenues and how this person can come into your life, right?
Yeah.
So it's all to know that this path that I'm seeing is so very strong. This is all available to you if you just kind of sit back, open up and allow it. I also want to just go back and touch on your business, because this card is also talking about success in business and money flowing and coming to you. There are, like I said in the beginning, there might be some hurdles. It might not be as quick and fast as you want it to be, but be open to other opportunities as well, because I don't feel like you're just going to do that one certain thing. I feel like there's options for you to do multiple things in one business, or there'll be something else you can also utilize as well.
Right.
Okay.
Okay.
That does come through quite strongly. And they're also talking about you like being really good with connecting with people, really tapping into your superpower of communicating, bringing people together, inspiring. There's something here about your communication and your way with words, and really bringing that into your business too.
Okay.
So yeah, there's a lot going on for you. A lot of this stuff may not happen straight away, but give it a couple of weeks, give it a couple of months, and this is going to start manifesting for you. Next year is going to look very different, but they are saying to me in a very positive way.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. I wish you all the best with your business and the relationship.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome. Thank you so much for calling in.
Okay.
Bye.
Have a good night.
You too. Thank you. Oh, this card. All right, guys, I'm going to do a collective read for the last couple of minutes that we have. So I did initially pull 2 cards, and I actually put them back in the deck. So I'm going to reshuffle. It'll be interesting if these cards do come through again. If you ever pull cards for yourself and you pull a card and you're like, yeah, no, don't like that, and put it back, and then you reshuffle and the same card comes out, that is always like a sure message. That is like, you definitely 100% have to hear that. So, and I'm sure we've all been there. There's so many times I've pulled cards and I'm like, oh, really? No, that was a bad shuffle. I'm going to put it back. And then I'll pull the exact same card again. So collective, let's see what message I can bring in for you guys. I can already see there's a lot of blocked, stagnant energy, because these cards are taking a little while to come out. And when that happens, it's generally because there's blocks and people are feeling a bit stuck in their energy. But we did have one flying out, so let's pick that up. Oh, okay, we've got a bit of a theme going today. I'm just going to pull 2 more, and I've already pulled 2 of these cards today, so we have a theme. And, you know, Spirit will often do this as well, guys. What Spirit will do is they'll bring people in that need to hear a similar message. So some days I'll be in the office doing personal readings and it's like a theme. Some days it will be relationship theme. Some days it will be finances theme. It will be, you know, business, moving. It's always interesting how Spirit do this. So we got a very similar message here. One card that had came out again was woman holding a coin. Okay, so I want to say to people, if you're weighing up options and decisions, business, finances, and work, I want you to really pay attention to the ideas that are coming to you. I want you to pay attention to any work opportunities that come for you or anything you start thinking you might want to do. There's going to be a lot of shakeups, a lot of changes financially and in terms of business and work. Of course, we're coming into the holiday season. We've got Christmas coming up. This is a time of year where it's like money, 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 and go, go, go. So everyone is going to be reassessing finances and looking at things a bit differently. But this is also continuing on into next year and beyond. This is like a time where we're going to reevaluate and we're going to think that we're currently doing and how can we change it to be more beneficial in the future financially. So there's a big focus here. There's one card. We then had the world card come through. I'm actually getting here for this one. There's plenty of opportunities available to you. So very much fitting to the first card, but there's also travel opportunities, which is perfect because we're coming into the holiday season. So book those holidays. Enjoy the time away. You are also deserving of the time after such a crazy busy year, especially not being able to travel so much in the past, you know, couple of years, especially if you're in Australia. So these are the two cards, guys. I hope that this message has resonated with you all. Thank you so much for tuning in and being with me. If you'd like to keep following along my journey, reach out to my website and my business pages. I would love to continue connecting with you all. I hope you have an awesome day. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I'll see you next week.